Let's talk about Thor: Love and Thunder. Before we get started, I'd really appreciate if you clicked on this video that you would subscribe, especially if you like my videos, because I'm going to be making a lot more in the future. Unless you're an MCU fanboy, then you're probably not going to like my channel very much because I shit on this franchise so much. Anyways, let's get started. I really don't understand why all you MCU fanboys are praising Gorr. He was in it for about 15 minutes. Going into this movie, here's my most anticipated part because I've read the story. He's a great character, a villain that could really take a whole chunk of the movie just to himself. So I was a little disappointed by the screen time he had. But it was kind of a red flag going into it when I realized that Thor: Love and Thunder is supposed to be considered a comedy movie and they chose Gorr the God Butcher to adapt. It was another red flag when they covered his entire backstory in about 5 minutes. And now I see why all the marketing for Gorr dropped the God Butcher subtitle, because he doesn't butcher that many gods. The issue is, this movie really wanted to just tell a story about Thor and Jane and their relationship, but they needed a villain, so they did a quick Google search to figure out who the most popular one was, and Gorr came up. And with doing that, neither the Jane story or the Gorr story gets that developed. This could have easily been prevented if they just did a Jane movie and then a Gorr movie. Because Gorr really is one of those villains that can have like a whole chunk of the movie to himself, kind of like Thanos in Infinity War. And with an actor like Christian Bale, you figured he'd be in it quite a bit. Another issue is that he doesn't really fit the tone of this movie. It's a comedy, so why are you going to have a very serious villain and try to adapt a very serious story? It's like if the next Spider-Man movie had the tone of Homecoming, but then had Carnage as a villain. And I'm not saying Gorr is all bad, but he could have been a lot better. Unfortunately, he falls into a category of villain that's mostly bad because they have a bad object. In this case, it's a Necro Sword, and it just takes away from his story and his motivation, knowing that the object he wields is the reason why he's doing it for the most part. But unfortunately, Papa Mouse doesn't like when villains are villains. Side note, I really wish he had the tentacles on his head. But according to the director, the comic, Gorr looked too much like Voldemort. So in response to that, he made Gorr in the movie look even more like Voldemort. I'm kind of confused there. But yeah, if you're going to do Gorr, it should be a longer, darker movie. And Gorr should have at least like 45 minutes to an hour of screen time developing just him. But in this movie, he's not that powerful. He's underutilized. He's just there to fill the role of a villain. And Gorr as a character deserves better than that because he's a really great character. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video summing up what I thought about Gorr and calling out all the MCU fanboys who are praising it for no fucking reason. I'll probably do a review of the movie if I watch it again. But until then, comment what you thought about Gorr and the movie itself. And if you disagree with me, tell me why, because we can talk about it instead of just calling each other personal insults because we have different opinions on shit that doesn't matter. So thanks for watching, and subscribe if you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't subscribe. Comment what you thought, because I actually do read them. With 30 subscribers, it's kind of hard not to. And yeah, thanks for watching.